Hello and welcome. Allow me to introduce to you today our latest addition joining our approved used stock here at Crew Volkswagen dealership. If you're after a very practical 7-seater but wish to still retain all the practicalities with all the features and looks and even something sportier, this might be the right car for you. What we're looking at today is a Volkswagen Touran 7-seater MPV finished in the range-topping R-Line trim. This particular model comes with a number of optional factory-fitted extras, which I'll let you know about, but also comes with the optional Reflex silver metallic paint, which I think you'll agree looks very, very good. So, what do you actually get? Well, starting with the front, fully redesigned spoilers with a number of blacked out accents, including R-Line badging, as well as chrome and automatic headlights and windscreen wipers will all be available on the car. Additionally, you have upgraded 18-inch diamond color wheels, which are only available and exclusive on this model. Another great feature will be the inclusion of this factory-fitted panoramic sunroof as an extra, which is ideal for this coming spring and summer months. It will let plenty of light and has a tilt and sliding function as well. Other features will include electrically operated heated and folding wing mirrors, as well as privacy glass from the B-pillar back and even roof rails for any additional storage you may need with the car. Moving to the rear, full LED tail light technology is available, as well as again a fully redesigned sports diffuser just to enhance the overall sporty credentials of the vehicle. In terms of boot space, it's absolutely enormous. Now this car comes with the optionally included electric power tailgate. Again, it's a great convenience with the vehicle. Now, in the 7-seat configuration, the car is incredibly practical as the rear bench can even accommodate adults and is a very practical car with plenty of legroom available. If you want to create more legroom, you'll be happy to know each of the 3 seats individually can slide forwards, so you can create even more legroom space if you wanted to. As well as there's space with all the 7 seats up, there's space easily for 2 suitcases or plenty of shopping if you needed it. Now, a great solution is the fact that the parcel shelf actually has got its own storage space, so you won't have to leave that behind if you're planning a trip. And if you quickly want to create space, just pull on these tether hooks here and the seats drop down automatically. Plenty of space while still retaining 5 seats. If you needed even more space, as I mentioned, you can fold each of the 3 seats individually down, or obviously fold the center one and use it as an armrest or any longer items. To close the boot, very simply, just press on that button here. As we move inside the cabin, as you can see for yourself, there's plenty of legroom and headroom available, mainly because of the overall space and size of this vehicle. Plenty of large windows all around, let plenty of ambient light in the cabin, and if that wasn't enough, the full panoramic sunroof will let in plenty of light. The seats are 3 individual seats fitting 3 passengers, and you'll be happy to know there's 3 ISOFIX child anchor points if those were on need. As I mentioned earlier, seats can slide forwards, backwards, or if you want to fold them, you can do. Rear passengers in the middle bench will also enjoy their own climate control system and even a 12-volt power socket to connect any devices. And if that wasn't enough, there's even twin picnic tables which feature cup holders as well, which is ideal for those long distance journeys. As we move to the front of the cabin, a redesigned interior featuring a number of sports upgrades is available, such as aluminium sports pedal and even R-Line kick plates, just further enhance the look. But most prominently, you have this sports R-Line steering wheel, which is multifunction as well. And the seats in the front have been further enhanced to provide additional support on the sides. And there's even a manual lumbar support function available. But the seats are available in part cloth and Alcantara with the R-Line stitching embossed in them. And of course, that panoramic sunroof will be ideal for the front passengers as well. Once in the driver's seat, straight away we'll be greeted by this upgraded steering wheel. It's a lot chunkier, really nice to hold, and the aluminium inserts around it I personally like, especially with the R-Line stitching embossed. Now the great thing about it is a multifunction steering wheel, and it will control the trip computer directly ahead. You can operate the buttons and display a number of key information. For example, you have a benefit of a digital speedometer to complement the analog dials, but if that wasn't enough, you'll get a number of Volkswagen's active safety systems, such as adaptive cruise control with a speed limiter, and even our front assist city emergency braking system, which will take over and apply the brakes if it thinks you're about to have a collision. Additionally, you'll be able to display satellite navigation directly ahead of you, so no need to take your eyes off the road, and all the usual refinements such as audio controls for your FM and DAB radio, and you can control the radio stations on this side and the volume on the other, as well as answer and reject any incoming phone calls. As this is a DSG automatic model, you'll also have a benefit of these paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to help you change gears if you prefer to be in control yourself. Moving over to the center console, you'll get Volkswagen's 8-inch high-definition composition media system, which features a number of key upgrades, which I'll show to you now. It's a very easy and slick unit to use with nice large tiles, so you can always make sure you press the corresponding button that you want. But if you prefer, I use the shortcuts on the gloss back sides personally myself. If you're a music fan, you'll be happy to know there's full AM, FM and DAB digital radio reception. But if you prefer your own music, you'll be happy to know there's a media source function which will give you Bluetooth audio for any music streaming services you may wish to use, or even a CD player and an SD card player, which are hidden in a separate compartment here just to minimize the overall center console space. Also, Bluetooth pairing on this car is incredibly easy to pair, as well as the built-in satellite navigation will provide you mapping for UK and Europe. It's a very quick and intuitive map to use. It features 3D or a 2D view, whichever of the two you prefer, and it even has a daytime and a nighttime mode depending on which of the two you prefer. Again, if you prefer your smartphone and you're in love with it, you'll be happy to know you'll get Volkswagen's App Connect, which will give you connectivity to both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay smartphone connection, which will give you things like Apple Maps, iMaps, Google Maps, or even Waze. And most importantly, you'll be able to speak to all your family and friends via the WhatsApp integrated app here. In terms of climate control, you'll be happy to know on top of the rear one, there's twin 2-zone climate control available for the front, which is incredibly easy to use via the touchscreen. But if you prefer manual controls, you'll be happy to know there are these 3 rotary dials here to control the temperature, and the center one will control the power of the fan. Best addition is the optionally added winter pack, which will give the driver and passenger heated front seats with a 3-zone setting, which is always good for the winter or those cold mornings that we still get very much so. Additionally, as it's a sporty R-Line model, you'll have driving mode selection available on this car, which allows you to optimize the dampers and the suspension, as well as the heaviness of the progressive steering to focus on things important to you. Eco mode will focus on maximizing your fuel economy, ideal for long distance journeys. Normal, if you're planning a lot of motorway trips, will give you best of both, utilizing fuel economy whilst giving you decent acceleration and overtaking power. And sport mode, I think, will speak for itself, a lot more sportier drive in mind. If that's what you prefer to do, you can do so. And finally, there is an individual mode which allows you to preset and mix and match from the previous 3 settings to utilize and optimize the car to whatever you fancy yourself. Finally, to help with parking, there's front and rear audible and visual parking sensors available as well. So, if you need a practical vehicle with loads of boot space, or perhaps you have got a large family and you still want a sporty, good-looking car, this might be the right car for you. Why not pick up the phone and contact our friendly sales team on 01270 50 70 50 and find out more information. Alternatively, you can click in the link in the description. But for myself, I very much hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest video and content. Thanks again.